Oh, there's a lot in here. A decent weight to it. And this tends to be, holy cow. I brought out a bucket. That one bucket is, you leave it, is definitely full from 2 trees. Good evening from Western Pennsylvania. My name is Alicia and welcome to our Golden Acre. Garden season hasn't kicked off yet, but maple season is in high gear. We live and grow in Western Pennsylvania, and right now, even though it's early from what we've done in the past, the sap is flowing like crazy. Now, of course, it feels like spring out here. I feel like I should be in the garden putting seeds in the ground. It's that kind of evening. But we've got sap on the boiling on our roaster. We've got 5 gallons that I've gathered so far, waiting for room to go in. And I've got another empty bucket and a couple dogs that don't mind walking outside and getting some time out and about. And we're gonna head out and grab some more sap. I always just love, see these pine trees back behind me? When the sun's setting, the way that it just like lights up the top of the trees, and I think that is so pretty. So I wanted to share that, shoot this part of the video here. And now we've got Nala dog, you ready? We've got a Lucky dog, you ready, sir? You ready? And we've got an empty bucket. I'm pretty sure I am not going to get what I have to get fully inside in this bucket. I think we've got more than 5 gallons, but that will get us 10 gallons inside. A second, need to hook up the Lucky dog. Hi, sir. Oh, shake it off, I know, buddy. He gets hooked to the jogging leash. He has a little bit of a thing about strangers, always has, from the time we got him. No matter what we do. Nala, ma'am, we're going this way, honey. Hip, hip, come on, good girl. Kind of no matter what we do, hip. He doesn't care for strangers. He doesn't care for new people. So we will continue to work, but we also continue to keep his little butt on a leash when we're outside of our fenced-in backyard. All right, coming around to the front of the house. This is our big, beautiful maple tree here. This one tends to not produce a ton. Ma'am, she's fairly certain that our cat needs to play with her. And our cat is fairly certain that she doesn't. So this one hasn't produced great in the past, but we've got about 1.5 gallons here, which definitely is not bad at all. I just came out to take care of the chickens. Wanted to give some confessions from imperfect gardener here. There are things that I normally do that I did not get to this year. So normally I have all of my dirt covered. That's something I am typically absolutely religious about, is having covered soil, more like this, even better than that. Usually nice thick coating of leaves, but I have multiple beds that are fairly exposed. So didn't get to that this year for a couple reasons, just hectic fall and that kind of thing. So we used a ton of our leaves where we're going to put our new garden space. So we didn't end up with quite as many in here. I was also trying to get like a cover crop going, getting just some kale and arugula and things growing in here. It didn't quite take off. I was also trying to deal with moles and voles and trying to encourage them out of the garden using a couple different techniques. So I kept things uncovered because then I could clearly see if they were still tunneling or burrowing or whatever. So there's things I definitely did not get to. Now, here's the fun thing. Stuff still grows. So like right here, I did not get my garlic covered as deeply as I should. And I was so worried when we got all of that cold weather right around Christmas. But if you look, it's too early. I need to get some more mulch on this. But I've got garlic growing right now. So even when we screw up or don't do things that we should, things will be okay. So I do want to get some more leaves on this before we have another really cold snap, but it's going to be okay. I didn't get the garden cleaned up as well as I like to. It's going to be okay. I didn't get it as mulched as well as I'd wanted to. I didn't get the cover crop started the way I wanted to. It's still going to grow us food this summer. So talking to myself here, as well as those of us out there that are too hard on ourselves, it is okay, even when we don't do everything textbook as we should. I'm saying should because we're not supposed to should ourselves. Things still work out okay. So still looking forward to the gardening season. We're still going to grow some delicious food. We're still going to get outside and get some exercise and fresh air and all of those things that gardening brings. So that's one lesson for today. I also want to show you, hang on, I'm going to pause. Look at this. Our daffodils are popping up everywhere around this tree. I don't know if they're always up this time of year. So we're not usually out walking around the trees this time of year. Like we come do loops when we're doing maple syrup, and that's usually not till February. So I don't know if those are early because we're kind of getting this early warm snap and the early run of sap, but whatever the textbooks say, Mother Nature says it's time to grow, so that is exciting. All right, I don't know if this is going to be my sign off here, so I'll sign off here. If it's not, I'll just edit it out. So thank you so much for joining us this evening of Garden Confessions and collecting some sap. Also, need to work on this more. I have a video out about using some mold deterrents that are solar powered. This moment in time, they are not working. We have moles. I see tons of activity and they're not beeping. It could be Western Pennsylvania. There just isn't enough sun through the winter to keep them charged up enough to be working. So I'm not ruling them out, but at this point in time, they are not doing the task that I purchased them for. So we'll have to see. More research is needed. More, maybe just some flat out old-fashioned trap some of them and get them out of the garden. We will have to see. So it's time to go inside. Time for dinner, time for homework, time for checking the sap. I'll probably bring you along for some of that.